The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, Raj Yoga, Chapter 3, Prana, Part 3. The gigantic will powers of the world movers, can bring their prana to a high state of vibration, and it is so great and powerful that it catches others in a moment, and thousands are drawn towards them, and half the world think as they do. Great prophets of the world had the most wonderful control of the prana, which gave them tremendous willpower. They had brought their prana to the highest state of motion, and this is what gave them the power to sway the world. All manifestations of power arise from this control. Men may not know the secret, but this is the one explanation. Men may not know that sometimes it is your own body, but the supply of prana gravitates more or less to one part. The balance is disturbed. And when the balance of the prana is disturbed, what we call disease is produced. To take away the superfluous prana or to supply the prana that is wanting will be curing the disease. That again is pranayama. To learn what there is more or less prana in one part of the body than there should be. The feelings will become so subtle that the mind will feel that there is less prana in the toe or the finger than there should be, and will possess the power to supply it. These are among the various functions of pranayama. They have to be learned slowly and gradually. And as you see, the whole scope of Raj Yoga is really to teach the control and direction in different planes of the prana. When a man has concentrated his energies, he masters the prana that is in his body. When a man is meditating, he is also concentrating the prana. In an ocean, there are huge waves, like mountains, then smaller waves, and still smaller down to the little bubbles. But back of these, there is an infinite ocean. The bubble is connected with the infinite ocean at one end, and the huge wave at the other end. So one may be a gigantic man and another a little bubble, but each is connected with that infinite ocean of energy, which is the common birthright of every animal that exists. Wherever there is life, the storehouse of infinite energy is behind it, starting as some fungus, some very minute microscopic bubble, and all the time drawing from that infinite storehouse of energy. A form is changed slowly and steadily until in the course of time it becomes a plant, then an animal, then a man, ultimately God. This is attained through millions of eons. But what is time? An increase of speed, an increase of struggle is able to bridge the gulf of time. That which naturally takes a long time to accomplish can be shortened by the intensity of action, says the yogi. A man may go on slowly drawing in energy from the infinite mass of that exists in the universe, and perhaps he will require 100,000 years to become a deva, and then perhaps 500,000 years to become still higher, and perhaps 5 millions of years to become perfect. Given rapid growth, the time will be lessened. Why is it not possible with sufficient effort to reach this very perfection in 6 months or 6 years? There is no limit. Reason shows that. If an engine with a certain amount of coal runs 2 miles an hour, it will run the distances less time with the greater supply of coal. Similarly, why shall not the soul, by intensifying its action, attain perfection in this very life? All beings will at last attain to that goal we know. But who cares to wait all these millions of eons? Why not reach it immediately in this body, even in this human form? Why shall I not get the infinite knowledge, infinite power now? The ideal of the yogi, the whole science of the yoga, is directed to the end of teaching men how, by intensifying the power of assimilation, to shorten the time for reaching perfection. Instead of slowly advancing from point to point and waiting until the whole human race has become perfect, all the great prophets, saints, and seers of the world, in one span of life, they lived the whole of humanity, transformed the whole length of time that it takes an ordinary human to come to perfection. In one life, they perfected themselves. They have not thought for anything else, never lived for a moment for any other idea, and thus the way is shortened for them. This is what is meant by concentration, intensifying the power of assimilation, thus shortening the time. Raj Yoga is the science which teaches us how to gain the power of concentration. What is pranayama to do with spiritualism? Spiritualism is a manifestation of pranayama. If it be true that the departed spirits exist, only we cannot see them, it is quite probable that there may be hundreds and millions of them about us. We can neither see, feel, nor touch. We may be continually passing or repassing through their bodies, and they do not see or feel us. It is a circle within a circle, a universe within a universe. We have five senses, and we represent prana in a certain state of vibration. All beings in the same state of vibration will see one another. But if there are beings who represent prana in a higher state of vibration, they will not be seen. We may increase the intensity of light until we cannot see it at all, but there may be beings with eyes so powerful that they can see such light. Again, if the vibrations are very low, we do not see a light, but there are animals that may see it, as cats and owls. Our range of vision is only one plane of the vibrations of this prana. Take this atmosphere for instance. It is piled up layer on layer. Above, the layers nearer to the earth are denser than those above, and as you go higher, the atmosphere becomes finer and finer. Or take the case of the ocean. As you go deeper and deeper, the pressure of the water increases, and animals which live at the bottom of the sea can never come up, or they will be broken into pieces. Think of the universe as an ocean of ether, consisting of layer after layer of varying degrees of vibration under the action of prana. Away from the center, the vibrations are less. Nearer to it, they become quicker and quicker. One order of vibration makes one plane. Then suppose these ranges of vibrations are cut into planes. So many millions of miles, one set of vibration, and then so many millions of miles, another still higher set of vibration, and so on. It is therefore probable that those who live on the plane of a certain state of vibration will have the power of recognizing one another, but will still not recognize those above them. Yet, just as by the telescope and the microscope we can increase the scope of our vision, similarly, by yoga, we can bring ourselves to that state of vibration of another plane and thereby enable ourselves to see what is going on there. Suppose this room is full of beings whom we do not see. They represent prana in a certain state of vibration, while we represent another. Supposing they represent a quick one and we the opposite. Prana is the material of which they are composed, as well as we. All are parts of the same ocean of Prana. They differ only in their rate of vibration. So if I can bring myself to the quick vibration, this plane will immediately change for me. I shall not see you anymore. You vanish and they appear. Some of you perhaps know this to be true. All this bringing of the mind to a higher state of vibration is included in one word in yoga: samadhi. All these states of higher vibration, superconscious vibrations of the mind, are grouped in that one word: samadhi. And the lower states of samadhi give us visions of these beings. The highest grade of samadhi is when we see the real thing, when we see the material of which the whole of these grades of beings are composed, and that one lump of clay being known, we know all the clay in the universe. Thus, we see that pranayam includes all that is true of spiritualism even. Similarly, you will find that wherever any sect or body of people is trying to search out anything occult or mystical or hidden, what they are doing is really this yoga, this attempt to control the prana. You will find that wherever there is any extraordinary display of power, it is the manifestation of this prana. Even the physical sciences can be included in pranayama. What moves the steam engine? Prana, acting through the steam. What are all the phenomena of electricity and so forth but prana? What is physical science? The science of pranayama by external means. Prana, manifesting itself as mental power, can only be controlled by mental means. That part of pranayama which attempts to control the physical manifestations of prana by physical means is called physical science. And that part which tries to control the manifestations of prana as mental force by mental means is called Raj Yoga.